Hello and welcome to Thursday's Fanzone. I'm here, Leroy's here as well, of course, and there's so much to chat about, isn't there?
Oh God, there is, isn't there? Do you know what? That game, Man City against Real Madrid, JJ, do you think Pep and Ancelotti in their team talk before the game said, let's not bother defending tonight. Let's forget defending. Let's just go for it. All right? It's so much fun. Go and enjoy yourself. Don't bother defending. And then Liverpool the next night showed them how it should be done. A really efficient 2-0 result. But that game, Man City, well, I can't wait for the second leg. By the way, I think Liverpool are through. I think they're done and dusted, and the quadruple is definitely on.
Who do you think they may face in the Champions League
I
final?
think Man City. I honestly think Man City. I think they have made so many chances, had so many opportunities. I don't think Pep will let this opportunity go. So I think Man City, Liverpool will be the Champions League final.
I'm sure there'll be loads more to talk about. We've absolutely been treated to some excellent Champions League courtesy of Manchester City and Liverpool. And tonight, West Ham United do battle with Eintracht Frankfurt. Whilst back in the Premier League, it's a big one between Manchester United and Chelsea. And that's what our first question of the day is about. Get your tweets in now. Let us know your predictions for this evening. Who wins, who plays, and who scores even. Let us know using the hashtag PillFans. And Leroy will keep across all of those tweets, and I'm sure he will let you know if he agrees or disagrees, because that's not really like Leroy.
Would I do that? Yeah, I would.
Yeah. Now, we start today with a bit of a surprise. The fans of the show will all recognise Mirav, our resident Chelsea super fan from India, who's a regular here on Fanzone. And this week, he got the shock of a lifetime. Take a look at this.
Mirav, thank you very much for always coming on Fanzone and speaking with us. Today, we're doing a Kai Havertz special. We're just going to be talking about Kai Havertz because he has been one of Chelsea's players of the season. How would you sum up his season? He's been brilliant, hasn't he?
Yeah, especially in 2022, he's been brilliant. I'm very happy for him, but he's still so young. Ever since March, I think he's scored 6 goals already for Chelsea, which has been brilliant for us. And he's been scoring a lot of important goals. He's got a very good all-round game. Right? I just like watching him play. He's very calm, especially. I think that's what's very nice about him.
One sec, Mirav, I'm just gonna change rooms. The Wi-Fi here isn't very good. Give me a couple of minutes, because I think I'm just gonna have to walk around and see if I can find somewhere else. But give me a few minutes, and I'll be back.
Sure.
Imagine he said to you, I don't like him.
He's been rubbish.
Yeah.
Almost this camera. That's great already.
Hi Mirav, I found a room. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Mirav, meet Kai. Kai, meet Mirav.
Hello, Mirav.
Hi.
How are you?
Oh, Mirav, I'm so used to you talking so much, and now you've gone all silent on me.
Wait. Hi.
Hello.
Oh, are you surprised?
Yeah, hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Are you a big Chelsea fan?
Yeah.
And do you like me or not?
I do.
Be honest, please.
I like you a lot, especially you won us the Champions League. How can I not like you?
Of course. So Mirav, is there any questions you'd like to ask Kai? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You've got Kai Havertz in front of you. What's your favourite Kai Havertz moment? If we take out the Champions League winning goal, because every single person, of course, is going to say that, is there any other Kai Havertz moments that you love?
Yeah, the Club World Cup final, because we lost the other Club World Cup final. We went into extra time, and that was all worrying. And then Kai took the penalty. He was so calm, and then he just scored that, and that was really nice.
Do you watch every game?
Yeah, pretty much all of them.
Really?
Yeah, it's hard to watch them in India because of the timing, but I try to watch almost every game.
Ah, that's good. Well, who's your second favorite player after me?
I don't know. I'm not going to mention any favorites. I love all of them.
No, you have to name one.
Mirav, Kai Havertz is asking you your second favourite player. You have to answer.
I don't think I can leave out Kante here. You know, everyone loves Kante.
Yeah, of course, everyone loves him.
Mirav, I think I spoke to you about the League Cup final. Is this the game, the FA Cup final, Mirav, where Chelsea finally beat Liverpool?
I hope so, really. I'm happy that we're facing Liverpool because I wanted to play them instead of Man City, and I feel like this is our chance for redemption. And I'm hoping you score, Kai, this time.
I would score for you. But
yeah.
How good can this guy get? We were speaking about it a second ago without Kai here, but now Kai's here. You can tell Kai Havertz how good you think he is and how good you think he can be.
I think he can become one of the best. I think he can win future Ballon d'Or. Not even pressure on him, because he has the potential and he's very young. And
thank you,
still
Merav.
just 22.
Yeah.
Future Ballon d'Or winner, have we got sat here? Merav doesn't want to put any pressure on you, but he's calling you a future Ballon d'Or winner.
I think I have a long road ahead, but let's see what the next year gonna bring to me.
Oh, Merav, it's been an absolute pleasure. I really hope you've enjoyed getting to meet Kai, getting to chat with Kai. Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, I still can't believe I just met him. It's just I didn't even know about it until right now. So.
Merav, you chat so much on our show, but I'm glad you've got to have this moment. I'm glad you got to chat with Kai. Yeah. It's a pleasure as always. Thank you very much, Kai. You've been great.
It was a pleasure meeting you, Merav. All the best.
See you later, Merav.
See you later, Merav. Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, I mean, Olivia making dreams come true. And what a brilliant interview that Kai Havertz did of Merav. That was fantastic. Do
you know, the way he got just so involved, and I know he's done this sort of thing before with kids in Germany, but the fact he came in, he got so involved, he was asking Merav questions himself, and he just looked happy to be there. And even just watching Merav's reaction now to him watching himself with Kai, it just warmed my heart. It was a really wholesome day at work, and we made a young Chelsea fan's dreams come true. So.
Amazing. Well done, Olivia. I know that Merav, being a Chelsea fan as well, has a special spot in your heart too. But he's, like you just said there, his reactions, watching himself back there. Merav, did you think it was like a waxwork of Kai Havertz? That there's no way Olivia really could have got the main man to speak to you?
Yeah, when I first saw him for a few seconds, I couldn't believe it. I thought I was seeing things or something. I was a bit worried. But then after he started speaking and all, I was a bit I was so excited at first. It was like a dream come true, pretty much.
I mean, we've had you on the show maybe regularly once a week for 2 years or something, and there's a bit at the beginning there that was the longest that I've ever heard you not speak. I mean, normally we get you 1 week ago and put the kettle on, have a little bit of lunch, and you just come back and you're at the midfield, still to talk about the strikers. But you were truly bowled over. It's a beautiful thing to see. Is Kai Havertz your favourite Chelsea player?
Now he definitely is. I've always liked him, especially since when he signed for that big money, and he's a very good player. And I've also seen the video with the German kids and all, and I like his personality, and yeah, he's a really nice guy, and
Merav, you were stumped, and that's the first time I've ever seen you silent. So when the interview was over, was there anything you thought, you know what, I should have asked him that? And I should have asked him. Was there anything you felt that you should have asked him?
Definitely. I mean, I was so excited and overwhelmed for the first few hours. But after that, I thought maybe at first, when I was I could have asked him a few more questions, and I was just too silent and all. But then I was just grateful that I got to speak to him in the first place. But maybe if I could have asked him a few more questions, that would have been nice. But I'm still really, really happy.
So Merav, let me ask you this now, right? If you were to meet Thomas Tuchel right now, what would you ask him?
I would probably ask him what's the toughest thing about being a manager. How is he dealing with all the problems that's going on at Chelsea? And what can I do to become a future manager? Maybe, I don't know.
All right, I tell you what. I'm going to get him out from around this screen. You could ask him yourself.
Stop
no, not really.
Stop it. You guys are so horrible.
So we haven't got Thomas Tuchel here, Merav, but just be prepared, because this is what we do here, right? Yeah. We like to spring surprises on people. Olivia's got something for you, haven't you?
I actually have.
Really?
Yes, I do have, because Merav, this isn't the only surprise. I have got another little surprise, because after the interview, Kai left and someone from Chelsea came back in and said that Kai wanted to personally send you one of his shirts. So I have it here. This is Merav personally from Kai Havertz, and it says on it, written, "For my friend Merav, and then he signed his signature. So Merav, we'll have to make sure that we get, oh, bless you. We'll have to make sure that we get your address after the show so we can send you this to you over in India, and you will have one of Kai Havertz's shirts that is signed, Merav, just for you.
Olivia, what are you doing this weekend? Because Mirav's thinking that you can hand deliver it to him.
Going over to India just to give it to you, Merav.
Love that.
I hope you enjoy it. It was so happy, made me so happy seeing your reaction. And evidently Kai loved it because Kai Havertz did this off his own back. No one asked him to. No one said he had to do it. He really wanted to give you another surprise. So thank you for being so great, Merav. And I really hope you enjoy your new shirt.
So, Mirav, I want you to stay here, right? Because even though this part of the show is about you and Olivia's gift to you, I've got a gift to you, Leroy.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah. This also happened in the interview.
Kai Havertz is the best on earth. The silky German is just what we need. He won Chelsea, the champions. Oh, Merav, it's been an absolute pleasure. I really hope you've enjoyed getting to meet Kai, getting to chat with Kai. That is the single most embarrassing thing
loved it.
I have ever done.
You weren't gonna she wasn't going to let me see it. I've been asking everybody. You refused to let it be played out. And JJ, it's the best present ever.
It's the show that just keeps giving.
I asked Merav to sing it with me, but Merav couldn't, so it just ended up me singing Kai Havertz's song to Kai Havertz, and he was sat there like, what is going on?
Yeah. I mean, let me tell you, Olivia's star is rising, but that moment, that particular moment, we'll speak off air. We'll speak off air about it. Mirav, thank you very much for joining us on the show. Olivia, thank you for making that dream come true.
Of course.
All together. Kai Havertz.
No.
Yay!
Guys, thank you very much. Absolutely superstars. All right, let's speak to Onmoya now in Nigeria, who's also a Chelsea fan. Onmoya, we don't have a Chelsea shirt for you, I'm afraid. But do you want to talk to us about the game tonight and what you're expecting?
Yeah, I'm expecting the game to be a very hard game for both our clubs. But as usual, Chelsea should edge out Manchester United today at Old Trafford because Chelsea are really good on the road. With 8 wins from 8, I'm expecting Chelsea to overcome Manchester United today.
Tough game for... Is it a tough game for Chelsea? Are we looking at this in the sense of, Leroy, Manchester United's reputation as opposed to Manchester United right now?
No disrespect to Chelsea, this is all about Man United. And Chelsea can inflict some real problems, some more problems on Man United. I expect Chelsea to be really relaxed. The 3 points they got at the weekend more or less secured their third place. They're in the final of the FA Cup. And it's the worst time for Man United, I feel, to be playing Chelsea. I think they'll be relaxed, they'll be enjoying their football. And it is all about Man United because, their performances in recent weeks, all right, it was slightly better, the last performance against Arsenal, but still nowhere near good enough.
And they lost.
And they lost again. So, on Monia, what do you expect from Chelsea today? Is it a time maybe to try and get Lukaku on the pitch, try and get Lukaku in form, going into the FA Cup final? Is that what Thomas Tuchel should be concentrating on?
No, he should just concentrate with what he already has. Timo Werner is already in form presently. So if we continue with Timo Werner, it will be nice. We will not need Lukaku for now. We still need some time for Timo Werner to have a place in the starting lineup. I mean, eventually, maybe next season or against his form, Lukaku can come back.
Onmonia makes a good point there, Leroy, because they've been waiting a long time for Timo Werner to get back in form. Now he is in form. What you don't want to be doing is taking him off the bench or putting him on the bench.
No, absolutely. I totally agree. But I wonder if Lukaku's time at Chelsea is up. Now, let's be honest.
Already?
Yeah. Look, sometimes you just got to cut your losses. I know you're saying that it's taking time for Timo Werner, but is Lukaku going to be right next season? Is Lukaku going to be the man who takes them to where they want to be? At the moment, they're losing good players. Now, Thomas Tuchel's got to make some tough decisions. Does he stick with the likes of Lukaku? Obviously, Rudiger's going to be moving on. Looks like Christensen's going to be moving on. He needs to concentrate on replacing those players if they do move on. But for Lukaku, I think it's maybe they improve with him not being there. Because Werner's gone into the side and it's been terrific. So do they need to just get him out the door and maybe just concentrate on replacing the players at the back?
Monyo, I've been listening to some of the pundits here. You know, we have the world's best football analysis that happens here. And the general consensus seems to be that Chelsea's style of football is not suited to how Romelu Lukaku plays. Do you agree with that?
I think Lukaku is more of a fighter as a striker. He's more of a fighter, so he doesn't really score goals. He tries to fight for his teammates around. So if you look at it, he's not just a one-time get the ball and play short to the post. So he's a fighter. He actually provides for other teammates. So he's not fit for Chelsea's style of play there. Chelsea needs a striker that is just going to be pinpoint. Once he gets the ball, will deliver the goal. Not someone who will try to supply goals on others. So, yeah.
When you say he's a fighter, he's going to stand there, he's going to bring other people in. The game against West Ham, I saw him sort of making runs early and the ball sort of checked out, they went back, it didn't go forward. He wants the ball, in those lanes in between fullbacks and centre half. The ball doesn't seem to be coming early enough. Is that a Chelsea problem or a Lukaku problem?
Look, it's both their problems. They need to sort it out and they need to be on the same wavelength. But I honestly think that, what you're asking is for the Chelsea team to change everything they do for Lukaku. And if they did that, would Chelsea become the team that challenged Man City and Liverpool? No. The answer is no. Lukaku isn't the answer. That's what they thought it was. 95 million coming through the door, Chelsea were going to challenge. The reason why they're not challenging is because Chilwell was injured and because Reece James was injured. They were flying when those two were in the side. And Lukaku wasn't taking any part in that whatsoever. So that should suggest to Thomas Tuchel, maybe we don't need him. Maybe we should concentrate on Werner. Maybe we should concentrate on Kai Havertz because, by the way, he's going to be a player. And you're looking at what false nines can do. And you've got Werner who's got pace as well. Can we work on that partnership? So that's what's going to take Chelsea to the promised land of challenging the likes of Man City and Liverpool. No disrespect to Romelu Lukaku, he isn't the answer. If he wanted to stay there and be a squad player and sit on the bench, not going to happen.
No.
Not going to happen. So maybe it's time to move him on.
Agreed. Monyo, before you go, what's the score going to be tonight?
I'm predicting Chelsea to win 2-0 because Chelsea are strong at the back and they have been providing clean sheets. So I'm expecting a 2-0 result for Chelsea.
2-0 to Chelsea. Thank you very much for joining us on the show. Good luck tonight.
Right, got loads of people getting in touch about the Man United-Chelsea game. Hurt says, Man United 4, Chelsea 0. Ronaldo hat-trick and Maguire, if he plays. Inas says, Man United 2, Chelsea 2. Elijah, Man United 1, Chelsea 0. And John says, United 0, Chelsea 3. Martin says, Leroy, despite our current form, I'm optimistic Ronaldo will demolish Chelsea today. And I'm from Sierra Leone. Hello, Martin. And finally, Vedant says, I think United would have another bad game and we will finally see Chelsea's goals floor after a little bit of a rough patch. So you think Chelsea are going to thrash Man United?
Of all of those scorelines you just read out, which one do you think is most likely?
The most likely, did I read out 0-2? I read that 0-3. I think that's the more likely. I fancy Chelsea to keep a clean sheet and to score a couple of goals.
Wow, 2 or 3 goals. Kit in India, Manchester United fan, you just heard it from the Oracle. You're going to get stuffed at home tonight, 3-0.
I didn't say stuffed, did I?
The last time Chelsea won at Old Trafford in a Premier League was a long time ago, probably a decade ago. So I don't know what Leroy is saying. I know he is saying about the current form, but Chelsea lost against Arsenal as well. So I think it would be an even-Steven kind of a match. And the difference would be Cristiano Ronaldo and I think Bruno Fernandes as well, because he's going through a very rough patch and he would want to get on the pitch and, make something for his team, do something for his team and make up for the missed penalty. So I think that it would be a tough match. It could go even-Steven. And I'm predicting 3-2 for United.
Just on that point, Kit, because CG's been in touch. He said Chelsea haven't won at Old Trafford since 2013. Rouse United will surely end that trend. So he's breaking the wrong sort of records, isn't he, Rangnick? And that's what's happened with Man United. So I just feel it's in that area where United's season might get worse, Kit, Towards the end of the season, when you're thinking it might get better, it just seems to be bad things coming one time after another. Even after, Ten Hag was appointed, you thought, it's got to get slightly better, and it hasn't. You just need to get to the end of the season, surely.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. We just need to get to the show right now because we are in very much trouble and we are running out of the gas. So we really need to get to the show to end of the season. And I think that we played really well against Arsenal. We were extremely unlucky, and they were extremely lucky. So that was it. But that's gone now, and we have to focus on today. And I think that it can go even worse for United right now. But I think that things need to be broken before it can be patched up again, and we can rebuild again. So everything which can go wrong should go wrong, and I have no problem with that because we really need to just end this season as it is, and then we have to start fresh.
Leroy, it's going to sound like a silly question. Most people not the first one I've ever asked, right?
No, definitely not.
Will Ten Hag rather take over Manchester United in the Champions League or out of the Champions League?
Oh, that's a good question. My first thought was finances, but Man United are the biggest club in the world, and so they can find finances from somewhere. So that's not got to be his concern. His concern has got to be how he builds the club. So my answer is out of the Champions League. Because when you're building a team, you've seen what Arsenal have done being out of Europe. It's allowed Arteta the space to build and to give him space to coach and get on the training ground. So this is the first time. That is not a silly question, JJ. It's a very good question. Did you get on tape? JJ asked a very good question. It is, and he needs that space to build because you're looking at that side and everybody sees it, everybody recognises no structure, no one knows how they're playing. Do they press from the front? Are they dropping deep? It's changing every week. He needs that space. So out of the Champions League for him is great, but for United and for United's reputation, it isn't great.
Okay, Kit, good luck tonight.
You need it.
Thanks guys. Thanks a lot. It was nice talking to you both after a long time. So cheers and thank you.
Thanks, Kit. Really good to see you. Really good to see you, man.
All right, let's bring Vincent into the conversation, who's in South Africa. He's a Manchester United fan. Vincent, do you think there's a chance, honestly, not being biased, that Manchester United can beat Chelsea tonight?
Yes, it's a very good chance.
Why, Vincent? Why do you think that Man United can get a result? I mean, is it all about Ronaldo? I mean, if there's a penalty tonight, you expect Ronaldo to pick the ball up and stick it into the back of the net. Is he going to be the one who gets your result tonight?
Yes, because Cristiano Ronaldo today will be a game changer.
What's the score going to be tonight?
It's going to be 2-1.
To Chelsea?
For Manchester United.
Just played. Vincent, thanks very much for joining us on the show, bud.
Thanks, Vincent.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Good, man.
Leroy, at the risk of going over old ground and letting dead dogs not lie,
no.
Bruno Fernandes, right? That crucial time of taking that penalty, what was going through his head why he would try and take a penalty in that way?
Well, to be honest, I did some work on this earlier in the week, Jade, and we're looking at his past penalties, and he's taken them all in a different way. I thought, when you think back, you think, he does that usually. Then you look back on some of his penalties, somebody's just run up and hit it. And he's missed some of those as well. It just depends on how he's feeling. And it's funny, we're like under pressure. I mean, we saw the Benzema penalty in midweek in the Champions League, the Panenka. And under pressure, some players want to turn to something, they feel they have to do something. And he's chosen the absolutely wrong thing because it hasn't gone in the back of the net. And it's embarrassed him. And that's the thing for Man United. If he'd gone up and he'd smashed it, the goalkeeper made a save, you say, well done, the keeper. But this is the trait for Man United this season. They've almost embarrassed themselves at times with what they've done. And that's got to stop. It's not about how they look as individuals. It's not about if they've got style or not. It's about getting a result. And by the way, we talked about Man City and Liverpool this week. Liverpool just got the job done this week. It wasn't like Man City, Real Madrid. It wasn't all flying football. This week is about getting the job done. That's what United have to get into their makeup. Do the hard graft first to get results. And that just showed where Man United are at the moment. It's all style and no substance.
Yep. Okay, time to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're not going to go for a break now, but when we come back, we'll get stuck into all things European football, so don't go anywhere. This is your view and opinion on what's going to happen in the Premier League tonight.
Yeah, that was a good question.
Welcome back to Fanzone. Now we're turning our attention to this week's European action. So get in touch and let us know who was your standout Champions League performer. Leroy, so much glory to talk about, but who got your attention?
Look, there were so many players. They all got my attention. De Bruyne, terrific. Benzema, unbelievable. He made it look so easy. And Vinicius finished when he goes over the ball on the halfway line, rolls it through Fernandinho's legs, runs the length of the pitch and sticks it in the back of the net, was just absolutely outstanding. But I have to say Liverpool. Because look, they are on an absolute roll. And Villarreal have got to the semi-final of the Champions League because they're good enough. And they need to be given the respect that they deserve. And Liverpool gave them that respect. And they seem to be winning in different ways. I keep saying to people, there's something about this Liverpool side, they're just on a roll. They are just on a roll. And they get it done. And Diaz comes in, nothing changes. Thiago's brilliant, They get the job done. And at the moment, I just feel Liverpool are in a very, very good place. That Champions League performance, when everybody expects you to go and win, has a lot of pressure. I think Man City having a 1-goal advantage, we expect that against Real Madrid. We didn't expect the way that it happened. But Liverpool going to get the job done, 2 goals, keeping the clean sheet, I thought that was the performance that really stood out for me.
Next week going to be really interesting. Manchester City trying to protect that 1-goal lead. Liverpool go to Spain with a 2-goal advantage. Pranav in India, we are going to talk Premier League tonight. Chelsea face Manchester United. Are you a little bit nervous or are you calm after the weekend's result against West Ham?
He's a Man City fan.
Yeah, I'm a City fan.
He's a Man City fan.
You did know that, Leroy.
I knew he was a Man City fan.
I got set up. And that's why we should be talking Champions League. Let's talk Champions League first. I wondered that. It was a little bit strange. Champions League, first things first, what did you think about that game on Tuesday night?
Yeah, it was a very good attacking game, a very horrid defensive game. Both the teams, they were clueless what to do in defense. And I was very disappointed with our defending, but we were just brilliant going forward. So that's a positive, and we've drawn 0-0 in both the second legs in the round of 16 and quarterfinals, and now we're in the semi-finals, and I hope we can do the same.
You know what, Pranav, we were speaking before, and our producer is a Man City fan, and she went to the game, and she's saying if only Kyle Walker was there, he would have caught Vinicius. I didn't agree, to be honest. But the point is, do you think that Kyle Walker is key to Man City? If you can get Kyle Walker on the pitch, fit, and that counter-attack from Real Madrid was unbelievable. Do you think he's key? Cancelo going back to left back. Do you think that's the key to Man City getting through to the final?
Yeah, to be honest, Zinchenko is good at left back, and we didn't really play badly on the left side. It was the right side that was leaking goals, because first we played John Stones, and he's a really good defender, but when you're playing against Vinicius, even the best defenders look pretty bad. So we really need right back like Kyle Walker, who's extremely pacey, has good recovery, and I think in the second leg, if we have him, it will be a big boost. I think Vinicius will be silenced because both of them are, I think, have equal pace, and I think Vinicius won't have a lot to play with in the second leg if Kyle Walker plays.
I mean, it's going to be a fantastic tie, and I suppose it's poised perfectly, Leroy, especially for the neutral. I suppose if you're a Manchester City fan, it's way too close. But, Manchester City fighting on both fronts. Everyone's talking about Liverpool's quadruple, but let's not forget, Manchester City could do a beautiful double.
Yeah, they could, and all of a sudden they're scoring goals. Jesus is scoring goals, let's not forget. All of a sudden he's coming to terrific form, got a goal in Champions League, and obviously scored in the Premier League. But I do think, they are missing key players. The way that they play, when Kyle Walker's there and Cancelo goes to the left back, and you're right, Zinchenko's done well, they are so much better. And it's building up to be an incredible season. And some of the people here have just been in touch. Black Panther says Benzema was the best performance for me. Mohamed said Benzema and KDB were outstanding. I think that's another key for Man City. De Bruyne, even though Foden, Bernardo Silva, outstanding players, De Bruyne's at the top of his form. Now, that's the key, I think, to them keeping their noses ahead of Liverpool. Because he will find something. If Man City having a difficult time, he will find something. And that he just drives and drives and drives. So I think De Bruyne is staying fit. If he stays fit, you fancy Man City to go and win all their games. If he has a little bit of an off, and I'm talking about half a game, Pranav. You know, if he's not for half a game, that could cost Man City.
Yeah, Pranav nodding head furiously there. He got the opening goal in that game. You know, even the comeback in the final against Liverpool, it was his drive.
Yeah.
It was the opening goal against Brighton, his drive again. A lot seems to be on the shoulders of Kevin De Bruyne at the moment.
Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne is like just so good to watch. He was brilliant against Real Madrid. We could have won 7-3 or 8-3. We had so many chances. Like, that's what disappointed me. We could have just killed the game there, but we just didn't, and that's what was disappointing. But Kevin De Bruyne, that second-minute goal was very important. It always is good to start out the game, and Kevin De Bruyne did it for us as usual. He's a brilliant player, and I think if he's fit for the rest of the season, we'll win both the Prem and the Champions League.
What's the score going to be next leg? Sorry.
I think it'll be a draw.
Yeah.
Maybe a 0-0 or 1-1 draw.
A draw's good enough. A draw's good enough for Man City, isn't it?
Yeah, and we've been doing that in the round of 16 and quarterfinal, and I think it'll be similar.
All right, good luck. I'll be sat there with my sweet and salty popcorn mix.
Just sorted.
Have a good show. See you later.
Yeah, loads of people got in touch. Elijah says Villarreal were my standout performance because they did well to restrict Liverpool most of the game. Hertz again says, I think my standout Champions League performance is Man City because it's not easy to defend against Benzema and his son Vinicius Jr. AJ says, Thiago, his tackles, long and short passes, and also his attempt on goal. And Anonymous says, KDB and Thiago really showed their levels in midfield. Benzema and Vinicius, decent shouts out. But a lot of shouts out for Thiago. And that's not just his first performance, JJ, is it? He's been doing it over the last 3 or 4 games. We started to see the Thiago we expected when he first went into that Liverpool side. But all of a sudden, and by the way, you know, when James Milner was kind of, you know, we thought that James Milner would not play as much as he has done. He wasn't a name that came to my mind to think, you know, yeah, Thiago going there, but he should have been because he's that good.
Yeah, and I suppose it's testament to the Premier League that, you know, this is someone who was in La Liga playing sort of understudy to Iniesta and Xavi, which is no disgrace to anybody. He's then gone to Germany and absolutely ripped it up in a championship winning side, Bayern Munich. He's then come to the Premier League and found it a little bit tougher to adjust, but now we are seeing his stars. Now he's getting the flowers that he deserves because he is a truly remarkable footballer. We're going to speak to Imran now in Singapore, who's a Liverpool fan. A lot being spoken about Imran on the performances of Thiago over the last few weeks. What have you made of him?
Hi guys, I think you have set the tone nicely. Definitely for me, the pick of the player would be Thiago. In fact, the last few games he's been top notch. You know, he's been doing very well with his fast completion as well. One thing about Thiago is he has played under Pep before, and now he's playing under Klopp. So he's got the best of both worlds, and he's really showing his true form. So he's a treat to watch, not only for us fans, for the whole of the Premier League.
Sorry, I just want to ask Imran very quickly. Thiago in that midfield, is this Liverpool midfield better with Thiago than it was with Wijnaldum?
Wijnaldum is a different kind of player. I think it would be hard to compare both of them. In fact, they could have worked together as well if we had our proper backline last season. So I think right now it is a good balance with Fabinho, Jordan Henderson, and Thiago. So you have the right amount of creativity, flair, tempo, and for Fabinho to sweep up just in front of the back four. So I think it's really nice. But it's really hard to compare both Gini and Thiago. Both are lovely players. Right,
Vidman, you didn't answer that. I want to ask JJ. Right, is Thiago this midfield with Liverpool? Because when Wijnaldum was going, everybody was saying, "What are they doing? What are they doing?" And I was one of those as well. Is Thiago in that Liverpool midfield? Has he made them better?
I think so. He's made them better in a different way. I think Gini is a brilliant player. But I think Thiago comes with an offensive threat that what we're seeing now, when teams sit in deep as they do, he has the pass that can break it in a way that Wijnaldum didn't as much.
Yeah, and I totally agree. I think it's given Liverpool more options. I really do. He's been that good.
He's phenomenal. Imran, thanks very much for joining us on the show. We're going to continue this Liverpool loving and a bit of a Champions League theme. Let's bring Yogi in from South Africa. Yogi, we're talking about Thiago here, and a lot can be made of his pass completion. What you will often see him doing is getting the ball and playing 5-yard passes back or square. However, if there is a ball that is going to come from the midfield that is probing to break the lines, it will be him. He doesn't just play safe passes, does he?
Hi guys. No, I think the difference in the last few months that's elevated his game is that he's played a lot of effective balls that's pierced defense, and he's played balls to our fullbacks where they can then penetrate and get the balls into the boxes. So to answer Leroy's question, I think that's where Thiago outshines Wijnaldum. He's been able to pick out a pass that affects the game.
And Yogi, I mean, we're the semi-final of the Champions League. They've got the League Cup in the bag. They're in the final of the FA Cup, point behind Man City. This quadruple is definitely on, isn't it?
Most definitely. Look, I think we got one foot in the final. It's up to Villarreal to come out against us in the second leg, and that will play into our hands. They were playing a lot of the low block in the game last night. I don't think they can afford to do that because they need to score goals to get a result, and I think we'll just capitalize on that. In terms of the league, I still garner hopes of City, having a game that they stumble on. And if that is the case, then we need to take advantage of it.
Right, Yogi, Leroy, I've got a question to both of you, all right?
Okay.
If Virgil van Dijk gets a yellow card in the second leg, he will miss the final.
Right.
The question to both of you, can Liverpool start that second leg against Villarreal in the Champions League with Matip and Konate?
You go first, Yogi.
I think they could, yeah. I think they could. And I also think Van Dijk's smart enough to know that he doesn't want to risk. So if he starts, he's not going to be, pushed or try and get into a tackle that's going to risk him missing the final. So, look, either way, I think if he plays, he's good enough not to get a yellow card, and we're strong enough at the back to play Matip and Konate.
Before you go, I just want to add a little bit of spice. This game's going to be played in Spain. I expect Villarreal to come out and be up at Liverpool in the way they weren't at Anfield. Does that make a difference?
No, Van Dijk plays because you've got to make sure you get there. And so you play your best team, and Van Dijk will be aware of that. Yeah, Yogi, but you know what? One thing he won't be thinking, I'm not going to get a yellow card, because he's a professional. And if he needs to, he gets in a situation and he's thinking, I'm not going to get a yellow card. He doesn't bring down the player when he needs to bring down the player. We've seen it before. I think with Roy Keane, in Man United, didn't get to the final. He got booked and missed the final. It's happened before with players because they're professional, and you play your best team, and Van Dijk gets you there. Because what if you play Matip and Konate? They lose a goal after the first 2 minutes. You can't bring him off the bench to change the way the game's going. So I don't think there's any. It's not even a question, to be honest, JJ. I think Klopp will just play his best team, and then whatever happens. But they've got to get to the final.
So Yogi, who qualifies outside between Manchester City and Real Madrid?
Who would you prefer to play, Yogi? Let me put it differently.
Yeah.
Who would you prefer to play if Liverpool get to the final out of Man City and Real Madrid?
It doesn't matter, because if it was Real Madrid, then we'd want revenge for 2018 final. If it's City, then we want to delay them not winning the Champions League. So it doesn't really matter. I think we will spoil the party for whoever we play in the final.
Yogi's a politician. I think you're a politician where you are or something. Hey, you sit on the fence all the time.
If you were Liverpool, who would you rather face?
I'd rather play Real Madrid.
I think so.
I'd rather play Real Madrid. Because I think when you play each other as many times as mates, we've seen how intense their games are. You know so much about each other. I think Liverpool would rather play Real Madrid. I think they'll fancy their chances more against Real Madrid than they would Man City. But that's my opinion.
I think I agree with you. Yogi, thanks for joining us on the show.
Brilliant, Yogi. Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. And just to prove it's not all about the Champions League, let's talk a little bit about West Ham and their amazing run so far in the Europa League. Lord in Nigeria, look at that smile. There is a happy hammer. And there was everybody thinking that West Ham wouldn't overcome Lille. And even if they did, they'll get knocked out by Barcelona in the semi-final.
Do you know what?
Football.
It is football. And Lord, I expected you to be there tonight, you know, because I've been over there. I've been over to West Ham, the other side of West Ham today. I've been in a couple of schools. The place is absolutely buzzing. This game is everything. They are so excited. I think they're saying there's over 37,000 Frankfurt fans are going to be coming over to the London Stadium. And so the atmosphere is going to... by the way, I've only got 3,000 tickets. I don't know how they're going to get in. But it's going to be an unbelievable atmosphere, Lord. How much are you looking forward to this game?
Oh, I can't wait. You know, I can't wait because it's a historic occasion for everyone. I have to say congratulations to all Hammers fans. Congrats to the board, David Moyes, for bringing us this far, giving us hope, to the players for giving their best so far. I'm very proud, and I know we are going to come out tops, you know. But like I said before, I want to be there for the finals. I want to be there when we actually lift Europa itself. So after the second leg, which I know we are going to win, I'll start preparing to go to Spain. I'll be in Spain physically to support the team. You can bank on that.
And Lord, the other thing is, we've got a problem at centre-half, haven't we?
Yes.
With West Ham. You know, big problem. Who goes and... I think Dawson is available because he got sent off in the Premier League. Dawson's available, but everybody's out. Diop's out, Bonner's out. Zuma, I think, is struggling. Who goes back there? Because there was talk of Declan Rice going back in there. What do you think David Moyes will do to solve that problem?
Sincerely speaking, I can't presume to lecture David Moyes right about now because
you lecture everybody else.
Yes, of course. I mean, I can lecture everybody else except David Moyes because he's really played the miracle, you know. And all I can say is I trust him. Whoever he decides to play there, be it Declan Rice or anyone, I think he knows best. He knows this team best. He has been able to bring out the best in the team, so I can't presume to tell him what to do. All I have to say is wish him the best of luck and tell him that he has my full support, you know. However it goes, he has my full support, and I'm happy for what he has done. So anyone can go in there, get us the result. I really do not care. I'm preparing to go to Spain to support them, and that's what matters.
Look, my experience of taking players out of position, when Liverpool suffered a crisis at the heart of their defence and they took Jordan Henderson and Fabinho out of the midfield into... I think Liverpool suffered.
Yeah.
I actually think West Ham might be better off finding a genuine centre-half, even if it's a young one, to play alongside an experienced one and keeping their midfield. Because West Ham have done well with Declan Rice in the middle of the park.
Can I just say, to put a young one into the semi-final...
I mean, it might not be a young one. It might be...
There isn't one.
There isn't anyone else.
We would have seen him already. He would have been on the bench. He would have been ready to come in. So to pluck him from somewhere and put him in... When you're talking about experience, and the reason why we're saying about Declan Rice is because you've got Mark Noble. Not because Mark Noble is as good as Declan Rice, because he can handle the occasion. That's going to be what this game's about players handling this unbelievable occasion, and Mark Noble can handle it. Would you be disappointed, Lord, if Mark Noble started tonight with his experience? It changed the dynamics, like JJ said.
Well, he started the other day, didn't he? And maybe that was in the back of David Moyes' mind. I'm going to get a little bit of ring rust out, start you against Chelsea, because I might need to start you against Eintracht.
Exactly. I mean, the other thing was, they were talking about Souček going back there. So it'd be Souček or Rice, out of those two, if they had to go and play centre-half, which one of those two would you choose to go and play in there?
Well, I personally think that at the moment, I think if it's possible to get Souček, right? Because whoever goes in there has to be someone who's calm, someone who can play to instructions, and someone who doesn't get overly excited. You know, someone who can be aware of his environment, given the fact that he's playing out of position. So he needs someone who is disciplined enough. And I think Souček can do that, while Rice can do is stay in the midfield, you know, try to balance the defense and attack, and hopefully we can ride this one out, because I think all we need to do is ride this one out. You know, we already have one leg in, we just need to ride it out, and you know, we'll be home free. So I think Souček, I don't think it's wise to throw in a youngster at this stage of the game. I think it's too big of a risk, you know, and it's the first time we're getting there. I think no one will be happy with David Moyes if he tries that. I think we would rather play someone out of position. However, if we're in a comfortable lead with like 5 minutes to go, he can now decide to, you know, throw in a little bit of gamble. Nobody will mind.
Yeah.
Lord, thanks very much for joining us on the show. You and Leroy have convinced me that either Souček or Declan Rice need to play at the defence. I suppose West Ham are going to be able to cover their positions in midfield easier than the other way around.
But the other one that just came to mind is Aaron Cresswell. Aaron Cresswell. He's played left side of three. You know, he's experienced. I could see him in that centre-half position, or David Moyes goes for a three. Could be one of the three. And Masuaku comes on the left-hand side.
OK, cool. We're going to take our final short break now, but when we return, our reigning champion of Who Are Ya? Glenn will be back to defend his title against the challenger, Regan. We'll see you soon. Shall we?
Yeah.
Let's.
Kai Havertz is the best on earth. The silky German is just what we need.
I mean,
he won
how does
Chelsea,
need run
the
with that?
champions.
I mean, that is a horrendous song, Leroy.
It's sang horrendously.
Oh yeah, there is that. Okay, that aside, it's now time for Who Are Ya? Liv putting a smile on our face, as are our two contestants for this week's head-to-head, Glenn and Regan. Welcome back to Thursday's Fanzone. Arsenal fans going at it again.
Double Arsenal.
Huh?
Double Arsenal,
Yeah, at least Arsenal are guaranteed to get a win here.
Exactly. Fair change.
You both must be quite happy with the way that things have turned around, Glenn. You happy?
Oh, absolutely. I remember 2 weeks ago you trolled me and I didn't even wish you a happy Easter. I don't think you can do that anymore, so I'm pretty happy it's gone. And Regan did beat me last time in this same game, so I'm hoping it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, I can't do that now because it's not Easter anymore. So that's why I can't do that. Yeah. Regan, you happy with your football team at the moment?
Yeah, I'm on the right track, aren't we? Leroy made fun of me last time, saying that the only thing we had to play for was the top four, and right now I'm happy that we're actually leading the race now for the top four.
Just very quickly, okay. First you, Glenn. Jesus or Osimhen? Nigerian striker. Which one?
I'd go for Jesus because he has the Premier League experience already.
Regan?
Yeah, sure. Jesus all day.
Cool.
Nice. Okay. Glenn, you're going to go first. You both know exactly how it goes. I'm going to give you 40 seconds each to describe a Premier League player to Leroy. The one of you who describes them the best and Leroy guesses the quickest, you will win. All right? Glenn, you're first up. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. Glenn, your 40 seconds start now.
English forward for Man United involved in food campaigns.
Rashford.
Newcastle midfielder signed from Lyon.
Grimaris.
Merav has met Havertz, but who is the other German in the team?
Werner.
Man City Portuguese centre-back.
Diaz.
Man United Dutch player on loan at Everton.
Van de Beek.
This player was signed alongside Kulusevski from Juventus for Tottenham in January.
Alongside Kulusevski was Bentancur.
Well done.
Leeds goalkeeper.
Melier.
Crystal Palace centre-back signed from Chelsea.
Gay.
Yes. Wow. Glenn, I don't know if you can see. Glenn, if you could see me, give me a fist pump. Give me a fist pump. Big virtual fist pump. I mean, 8. That's brilliant. 8's never been beaten.
It will be today. Come on, Regan.
8, that's very good.
Come on, Regan.
Regan, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, Regan, your 40 seconds start now.
Burnley's number 1 goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Man City's 9 shed Brazilian.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Chelsea's Belgian centre forward.
Chelsea.
Oh, Lukaku.
Yeah.
Polish Aston Villa right back.
Polish
English.
Pass.
Matt Cash.
Guinean Liverpool's midfielder.
Keita.
Yeah.
Dutch Man City centre back.
Oh, Regan. Oh.
Sorry about that, Reagan. Matty Cash was the one you didn't
sorry
get.
about Matty Cash. When this is Polish,
it throws everybody. You managed to get 4. You were on your way to getting 6, but I mean, it's no disgrace losing to a brilliant 8 from Glenn, the champion. That's why he's got the belt. That's why he's the heavyweight champion of the world. Congratulations, Glenn.
Thank you, JJ.
Yeah.
Nice.
Did you want to say anything to me, Glenn? No? Thanks? Or no? Was it all about you?
That was a good performance. Next time, I think we can get to 11. I think we can get to
11. What? Wow. He's an Arsenal fan. They're going for the top. That's what they do now, Arsenal fans.
11. I don't know. Say that again. Say that again, Regan.
Toes for me. I was saying that I really needed Leroy to be on his toes if I was going to challenge Glenn tonight, but unfortunately, perhaps another time.
Another time.
Wait there a second. I'm just going to lift the bus up so we could get Leroy out from under it.
Cheers, Reagan.
Reagan, thanks very much for joining us on the show.
Love it. Always a pleasure to see you, Reagan.
Nice one. So, Glenn, just quickly, Arsenal have turned it round, 2 points ahead of Tottenham in 5th. Are you going to hold on? That's the question.
I hope so. I mean, hearing you guys talking about West Ham's defense situation, I'm hoping you can take advantage of that. And hoping after that we have Leeds as well and Newcastle. Hoping we can win those games and Tottenham can lose to you guys, JJ Liverpool, because I'm not confident about that Tottenham away game because we never win there. So I'm hoping by the time we go into that game, you're like 4 points ahead. And you guys have been doing an amazing job. So thank you as always. And seeing Merav being surprised like that, this feels like more than a show. This feels like a family for sure.
Oh, that's lovely.
Glenn, we love you too. Thank you very much.
They're fantastic.
We love doing this. Thank you very much, Glenn.
Thank you. See you later.
Take care.
See you next week.
Take care.
Kai Havertz is the best on earth.
Thank you.
The silky German is just what we need.
She's singing along like a
He
primary
won
school teacher.
Chelsea, the champions.
Catch you later.